Recording in progress.
Hey,
Hey, Rich, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Sorry that it took like 12 minutes.
Yeah, it's all right, no problem. This will probably be the
Uh,
whole.
yeah, sorry about that. I had to log in all separately, create a new password, and then I was shouting at you and you couldn't hear or see me.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, so your chair per our last meeting and at our next meeting we'll do minutes, but I think you first need to read the boilerplate at the top of the agenda that says you're meeting to order of the GM contract committee because this is new to you.
Yeah, let me read that. Just a sec, let me pull up the agenda.
And meeting's being recorded so that means people can. I don't know if it gets posted on the website, but you should anticipate that it would be. So this is like a recorded meeting.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, it's Erica. Can you hear me?
Hey, Erica. Yeah, how are you?
Hey, good. I just sent you over via email the script. If you that's easier to
Okay.
just read it from there.
Yeah, that's great. Hold on a sec. Did you just send it?
Yeah, it might take a couple seconds to come through.
It's just in the email, or did you send it as an attachment?
I emailed it as an attachment. I can also pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, why don't you pull it up on the screen? I'm seeing an email here that came through, but I don't see the attachment. Wait, there it is. I can't open it.
I have you up on the screen.
Okay. So the date is Wednesday, August 27th. The time is 3:38. This meeting is being audio recorded, held remotely on Zoom and live streamed on RCTV. The RMLD Board of Commissioners recognizes the importance of hearing public comment at the discretion of the chair on items on the official agenda. Once recognized by the chair, all persons addressing the board shall state their name and address prior to speaking. It is the role of the chair to maintain order in all public comment or ensuing discussion. Are there any public comments? And if members are participating remotely, ask all remote participants to state their name. All votes must be taken by roll call. So Rich Swanson, chair. And Dave, I guess you need to state your name. You're on mute, Dave. Did we lose Dave?
Apologize for that. I didn't realize that I was on mute.
Now you're back on mute. You just need to state your name, I guess.
Okay, well, my name's Dave Talbot, and I am a member of the GM Contract Committee.
Excellent. Okay, can you scroll down a little bit, Aaron?
So you're all set here. That's all you had to do for the script.
Awesome.
Great. Well
Great.
done. Good job, Rich. That was really fine work. I think we're all well done.
Great. Well, thank
Hey,
you.
Camera off. I don't know why it's off. I didn't mean for it to go off. I'm on my
Yeah,
team.
your camera is off, but it's all right.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't have a lot of time since I do have a meeting at 4 and am late logging in. But I did, I guess, want to pull up a. Let's see, where is it?
Yeah. I just sent you a note before the meeting that I hope we could just discuss. Just very quickly, just that we did approve the IGM contract. Very happy to have Paul aboard. There was it looked like a drafting error where the framing of what the GM role is different than what it's been for the last 12 years for the previous two GMs. There was a deletion of, so we could put that on the record and consider, like, do we want to recommend that we just tweak this as part of the ratification vote tonight, or leave it be, would be the.
Yeah, I guess, again, I guess to sort of be consistent with the, with the inclusion of the town charter as being a governing document for the role of the board, and the sort of what the board brings, including the hiring of, the auditor and the accountant and so forth. I do feel like, we ought to bring that forward as an inclusion.
Okay. You want to put it on the screen, Rich? Because I just sent it to you as an agenda item under the current agenda item. And with the hoping of it being in minutes and just having me. So if you could put it on the screen, so in the unlikely everybody's watching.
Okay.
There.
What was that, Dave? Were you talking to me? It's
I'm
Erica.
sure you're still there. Yeah. So are you staffing the meeting?
Yep, I'm just muted. I'm recording and I'll do the minutes for you after the meeting.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Dave, did you send it to my RMLD
I
account?
didn't because I have RMLD email on my phone, and I have when I'm working on my laptop, I don't have all those passwords and codes and authentications on my work laptop.
Yeah, I'm the same.
own-
I have all these
my own-
different accounts.
So I can
Okay.
just so the
I've got it.
Okay, the IGM. If you're not able to put it on screen, are you able to put it on screen?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay. You got to be
So
able to see it.
Yeah, so it's just the one line where the red line would be adding this in just to make it be the same as what the last GM and the last two GM contracts had said.
Yeah.
The red wasn't in the version that we voted on in the emergency meeting Friday morning. I don't want to surprise Paul or, do anything that, that I don't want to, it's not, shouldn't be controversial. It's just, it's been in the last two contracts, and just thought we'd see if we want to ask the full board to consider asking Paul tonight if we would like this language just to be consistent to be included in the final ratified version.
I think yes. I mean, that's my opinion. Again, you know that I won't be probably at the meeting by the time this happens.
Okay.
But I do support this, and am happy to send a paragraph for you to read that states as much.
Okay. Do you want to, I mean, it would just be move. And then there's also the next paragraph, there's a comma that's missing if you go to the scroll up a bit. So the next paragraph said, normally this wouldn't be necessary but we had an emergency meeting and a very truncated process. So the next paragraph had a missing comma. So it ended up saying you must abide by applicable law, including but not limited to, and Massachusetts conflict interest law and RMLD policies. As written, it says that RMLD policies are laws, and the comma would correct that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So given that policies weren't mentioned in the previous paragraph, and then here they're mentioned in a confusing way as if they're laws, it seems like both that little tweak would be helpful as well.
I agree with that.
Okay. So then, and then as far as, and I think, we're getting our arms around, what the committee should do. I think weighing in briefly tonight on this would be helpful. And just to say, when we go into the next contract, certainly we want to not remove these kinds of phrases unless we've thought about why we're removing them and the board has been brought to their attention and had a chance to weigh in and say, well, why are we removing this?
Yeah, agreed. If you want to sort of soft pedal this a little bit, I think that perhaps where the language came from and where it was inconsistent is that when we talked about the job description posting, some of the language was taken out. Some of it was lifted right from the contract, but not all
Okay.
of it. And it's possible that that language was sort of reinserted into the new IGM contract without the inclusion of some of those other elements, including this.
I don't think anybody was thinking hard about this. I think people were thinking more about the nitty-gritty of the material below all the terms and the numbers and the hotel reimbursement and all that kind of thing. So I get why, and in a quick process, we weren't closely reading this part of it. But it's a contract. It's our statement of what our framing is. So yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. So I will send you just a statement if you choose. I may not be there for the vote, so if there
Well,
is,
we could
there has
vote,
to be a vote.
vote the committee to say we recommend that these changes be made. Although I would say we would add subject to the agreement of the IGM. He's already signed, I guess, the previous version. We could say subject to his agreement. If he has strong feelings about it, then it's a discussion. And I know the meeting starts in 2 hours, but
Yeah. That's fine. I'm happy to. So do we need to have some sort of motion to
Yeah.
make that official?
Yeah, I could make a motion. All right, so let me just ask something here. Yeah, the motion could be moved that the GM contract committee recommends that the full board ratify the IGM contract with the attached minor drafting errors corrected, subject to the IGM's willingness to accept these changes, which make certain framing language clear and consistent with that of the past two GM contracts.
So do I need to second then? So second?
Yep, and then I think you need to ask who's in favor or against it.
Okay, so all those in favor?
Talbot's in favor.
Swanson also in favor? Any opposed? Oh, we're out of people.
Okay. So yeah, and again, it's 2 hours out, and then you could shoot an email to Paul and Erica if you could facilitate that if you're still there.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. We raised it with I raised it with Chris last week, and he's like, well, it's not material. I mean, okay, but so it shouldn't be a total surprise, but send it to him and he could or Rich can, whatever you think. And
Why don't just a suggestion, Rich as chair, send it to him, and then with that motion language, and after we get off the call, I'll go back to the recording and get that motion all set, and then yeah, Rich, if you want to do that as chair to Paul, that might be the best way to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and so then would I send it just to Paul? Would I copy Dave?
You could copy because you just don't want to copy a quorum.
Right, okay.
So I'd say copy me, me and Paul would be perfect.
Copy Erica, and then Erica, just be sure that he knows that this is. I considered calling him about this, but I figured we should follow process. Like this is literally exactly what it said in the last one and the one before that, which I confirmed with Chris. And Chris said that we couldn't like unilaterally edit this without a board vote. So if Paul has a big problem with it, I guess I certainly am not going to make a big fuss about it at the meeting, but I just think it's good to be on the record about, hey, this language should be in there. Does that make sense to you, Erica?
Yep, gotcha. And I will yeah, I'll send him. He can watch this too if he needs to backtrack or anything.
Okay, fine. And he can call me or Rich. I'm around. I'll be in a little early, so I'll be in early for the pizza. So at that point, if Paul's like, hey, this is, I don't want to change it, it's fine. But I still want our vote and the fact that this line was missing to be just on the record.
Absolutely, and I'll bring I will make sure this, if you send me this, you're going to send me this document, I'll bring it to the meeting as well, if we need to pull it up on the screen, of course.
Great. And
so let me just ask a couple of logistics pieces here. Dave, you had the motion. Can you send me that motion that you read so that I can copy that into the email for Erica?
Send it to Erica and you.
And then I will, can you also, let's see, do you want to also send this? I think this is your document, although I have it, so I can send, I'll send this document.
But Erica said, just process-wise, you're the chair of this committee. So you say, but just on a everyday, like, hey, we're not seeking to be problem children here. We're just trying to get it be the same. If he really has a problem with it, it's like, fine, and right. I don't want to have our first day on the job with Paul be.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a balance, right? So.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. And, that may be all we really have time for today, Dave, but, I will send, I'll send this document to Paul, along with the motion, and Erica, I will copy you and Dave on it. Now,
you need the motion.
Well, I don't know. Erica at least needs the motion. Is that right, Erica?
That would be great if you could send that.
Again, I am doing it from Gmail for no reason other than that's what's on my laptop. I don't have other RMLD email on my laptop with all the authentication stuff. It's a thing with my company. So I have to use my smartphone or a different computer. So it just gets complicated.
Another recommendation, since this is a recommendation to the entire board, you could also, if you wanted to, copy Pam as board chair on that. So that way she has the recommendation before going into the meeting too.
Okay, so I will do that.
Perfect.
but I don't want to email. Okay. Well, it should be here. I'll tell you what, I'll send you the motion language, Erica, and I'll CC Rich. Okay. And
Yep.
Rich, I think it's for Rich to say, as the chair, to say, this is what we voted on.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so here comes. All right, yeah, I guess that's all we have time for. You have a 4 o'clock meeting.
Yeah, and if we hang up now, then I can take care of sending this off to Paul at the same time.
Okay. I'm sorry if my camera's off. It's not intentional. It's I'm doing this on my phone, so that's why it's off.
No, we
Is it
can
on-
see you.
On
We
or
can
off?
see you.
Oh, you
It's
can.
on.
Okay.
Yeah. And
All right.
just to be clear, when I send this to Paul, I'm just sending this to say, you know, we just took a quick look at the contract. This language was omitted. You know, we're going to recommend that it be included in our, you know, a revised contract. Just wanted you to have a look at it.
Yeah, and that we, you know, we did recommend, but obviously, he signed the contract. It's the thing to emphasize, I think, is that this really is exactly what was in the last 2 GM contracts, and it was nobody thinks this was like deliberately not put in. It's just important that we keep consistent and not lose sight of some of these things.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
So, yeah, and he can, if you're busy, if he wants to call me, and that's fine, because I'm the one who sent this forward.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That sounds great. Well, yeah, thanks both. And so I guess I move that the meeting be adjourned.
Or I do that. I think I have to do that, Erica, right?
Yeah, you would do that, and then Rich would second.
So move that we adjourn the contract committee meeting. We should probably schedule, but we could do that later. But we'll talk tonight about the scheduling piece.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right. Okay, then so I move to adjourn the contract committee meeting.
And I second.
Talbot, aye.
Swanson, I.
All right.
Great. All right. Well,
Thanks.
thank you, Dave. Thanks for organizing this. Thanks,
Yep.
Aaron. Erica, sorry.
No worries, everyone does it.
All right.
Well, if I see you in a little.
Bye-bye.
Bye.